Hello my friends, what's going on, and welcome to another stream here today. Today we are going to be focusing Sorry about that, guys. Here I was talking this whole time and I was muted. Anyways, great to see you all. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than what you are used to. We are going to be working on building the concept for the Kingdoms of Darwinia, Dukonia starting location, and that is going to be this right here. We are on the Kingdoms of Darwinia map. I have not explored. I am specifically I want the experience of the new land vibes when we join this world. So literally this whole stream, this is all we're going to see right here. I'm not going to go throughout the world or anything, but I want to try to keep this kind of... We're going to try to do our best to maintain sort of like that, you know, that new car smell. Like, it just feels great and cool. Like, you know, you haven't seen this before, and that's what I want with this whole thing here. So this is going to be our starting location, and we're going to be making a shipwreck. I just want to go underwater really quick. So, we have a couple options here. We got a few Dukonians here right now. And now that we see our location and what we have to work with, let's kind of discuss on what we want to do here, guys. Do we want to make the ship like half in the water and then half on land, or do we want it to all be kind of rolled up on the beach kind of thing? Can I sneak a zoom in? No. Oh, this, you mean? No. But yeah. Shipwreck height, just with canaries. Can you see that? Water, drum rolls. But yeah, welcome everybody. Great to see you all. Let me go ahead and scroll up here really quick just to see who all is in chat. We got Vidarios, welcome, great to see you. I am secretly your mother, fantastic to see you. Crimson Whale, Django, there, Jurpak, Secleton, Mesophila, Thomas, Zona Drejwina, great to see you. Let's see who else, and Flopper Topper, great to see you. The head on the land. Okay, so half in the sea, half on the land. All right, well, let me go ahead, and I think this will be our location right here. We're going to have to make it organic, too. So let me go ahead and drain. I'm going to say 40. Okay, so that'll give us enough room to work with right there. And what I'm going to do, let's first use, let's use some wool blocks or something. I'm going to use... Let's just use wool, because wool is like the go-to thing, so we'll just go ahead and use this. All right, so we're going to make the skeletal shape first, and then we're going to figure out what's going to happen there. All right, so the way that I would like this is for the back half of the ship, if that's what we're going to do, to kind of be diagonal, facing up this way. So something like that, and it's going to be like on its side. So like the curvature of the boat will be kind of like this almost. Now the real fun part with this is going to be trying to make it so that it's not well, that it's not kind of here, let's just keep doing this right here, something like that. The biggest issue with this is to make sure that it's, you know, the curvature is going to be really hard to do something on this route, especially if we're going to do something kind of like as organic as this, which probably isn't going to happen. But let's just give it a try and see what we can come up with. It's not going to be anything. It's not going to like happen for us. We're going to have to really put some work into it. And obviously, it probably would have dug into the sand a little bit, and then this probably here would be the deck of the ship. So let me use another wool color to kind of indicate the deck of our ship here. I might be going a little bit too complicated with this. Maybe a lot, but at least this will give us a good idea as to what we're going to work with. Maybe I should work on more of a degree kind of thing versus being as crazy as this. Orientate myself on this. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ah, yes, that's a good idea. All right, so let's kind of make the deck really quick here. And then this will help us decide on the rest of the undercarriage, or the whatever is underneath the ship there. Maybe I'll separate it into 3 parts. So like this here is the first part, and then there will be another part, kind of like the butt of the ship down here. It takes a lot of skill, and I'm not good at organics. I'm not good at organics either there, Jerpack. This is going to be a first for me, honestly. So whether it turns out okay, we'll find out. But only time is going to tell. We'll see what happens. So, I mean, don't expect me to automatically come up with something amazing. That is very unlikely to happen. The best I can promise is that we're going to do our best to make something interesting. So, let's see what we can do. And this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put any sails on this ship. Like, maybe it'll be kind of rags laying down. I can't actually navigate to that screen. Oh, let me just use my other mouse. I have 2 mice. 2 mouses. Okay. Yeah, the Dramone. Yeah. Okay. Seriously. Goodness gracious. That's so annoying. Alright, and so we'll kind of tip ourselves to there. Not too bad. Gonna be epic. Yeah, I got this. We'll see what happens. Alright, so, and then we'll do the edge of the ship right about here, I would say. We will be refining this, by the way, guys. I know right now it's looking a little bit dull. But what we're trying to do right now is just trying to get a shape. And see, right now we're kind of coming down a little bit too sharp, and it's curving. We don't want it to necessarily curve like this. We want it to have a sort of straight path, more or less. So it needs to kind of be like this, but we need to follow the angle as well as we can. What's the backstory of the Dukonians? We were forced to leave our land, which was the original Dukonia, and we were forced to build a ship because of a cataclysmic event that destroyed our land. And so we crossed the seas in order to find a new place to settle, and we found Darwinia, so that is where we're at now. So we're a very diverse group of people. Like, I mean, we have a giant among us. We have a magical skeleton that can, that's our medic. We have a golem. You know, then there's like me. I'm the, what do you call it? Like the wiseman, the meister, whatever you want to call it. Like we have a whole bunch of different things. We have a legionnaire. All kinds of different neat lore sets that really is going to make this quite the interesting little tale here. It's gonna really make this really quite exciting. And I think I will put miscellaneous starter chests in here, by the way. It'll help us get started and things, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. I mean, whatever the admins will allow me to do. Like, we won't obviously put in like a whole ton of gold and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see what happens. I'll have to ask the administration, also our fellow Dukonians, as to what we would want in our sort of like loot chest when we actually come to here on the island, or on the continent, or the new land, whatever you want to call it. Okay. We are working on a crashed ship right now, and as you can tell, we are definitely following a curvature that is really going to be quite complicated. I think what I need to do is kind of like bowl it out more right here, and then start coming down like this. Let's see what this looks like. What does that look like? Oh, that's way too much. All right, so let's just remove that real quick here. The Dramone has a more or less a tall galleon style belly to it, and we need to try to follow. Let's do another skeletal kind of thing right here. We have a dwarf and an orc. Yeah, we have a dwarf too. All kinds of crazy stuff. It's awesome. Our orc is our war master, by the way. He will take care of our war dealings and such, as is expected for orcs. So you're going to add this to the KoD server? We're on the KoD server right now, Pirate Lord. It just helps me see what's going on there, Red Eagle. I mean, as oddly as it might sound to people that maybe don't use wool, for me, it's really helpful in visualizing a product, an outline, more or less. Now, I know you could use wool and such, or I'm sorry, wood. Like, we could start using wood already. But I just find what using wool like this helps me kind of visualize what we're trying to go for. Right. So we got that. See, what's going to really be the problem here is when we actually start adding in textures and such, it's going to really start, like, we're going to have some problems with this for sure. I also think the issue that we're having currently is, let me close the door here, guys, real quick. My wife is making chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies, and she's crumbling up the macadamia cookies right now, so that's what that sound in the background is. Yeah, they already have a castle there, Secleton. And no, not every place will have a creative starter point there, Pirate Lord, but some of us have small exceptions, because the Dukonians is kind of like a, I would say that we are kind of the, what would you call it, the, not the inspiration, but we're kind of the backbone behind the idea. Like, when we started up Dukonia, between F-Whip and I, and Sir Isaac, and Von Tool, that was such an incredible idea. Like, people just loved that, having a place where they could build together. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, but I just feel that what we had done back then kind of set a foundation as to what's going on now. And I think that what we're doing is a more or less a like, we're coming from that land to this land. And so having a shipwreck, I just think makes sense, and just really kind of boosts our lore and the, what am I trying to say, the effectiveness and believability of it. Because, you know, we're trying to maintain our lores from our original kind of land, but now coming to this, it really helps bring it all together. It's 100% something that's fine. Well, that's awesome to hear, Ragnar. I'm really glad, because I'm super happy something like this has actually happened. I personally don't have the energy to handle a project like this. I mean, this I'm so glad someone finally stepped up to the plate to make this actually happen. I mean, that is really awesome. I'm really glad you guys are doing this. So thank you for doing this finally. Oh man, somebody finally did. All right, but we got to keep this curvature of this boat. I'm having a hard time doing that right now. And we also got to make the belly of the boat, like the central kind of thingy here. Well, it's honestly going to be under the sand for that part there. Yes, you can. I am building a shipwreck there right now, Assassino. Not an expert one bit at all. I'm really trying to maintain a shape here. I think what I need to do, because I'm seeing that this is really bowling out here, I feel like we should bowl out this a little bit more, but it's going to be hidden in the sand, so I'm not quite sure how to do that. Yeah, well, the manor, I didn't even finish that. I mean, there was some incredible stuff around Dukonia. I mean, like, just take Umanum's castle, for example. That was just beast. That was a truly inspiring thing. We got this Thomas's castle. My gosh, F-Whip's cathedral. I mean, there is just so much awesome things that Dukonia had that just really was super, super, super awesome. Just the whole idea behind it, you know, having kind of like a group environment where we all just kind of built together and had just a great time, and it, like, created a little bit of a, you know, we're friends. That is kind of the idea behind what Dukonia was, is just friends building together and having a great time. And I definitely would say that we had a great time. A Saturday night stream, yes, we are here. Glad to see you there, Ananiman. How you doing? What have destroyed the ship? What lore is going into it? A storm crashed it out there, but I suppose what happened eventually is it crashed, like maybe it broke up somewhere along, like maybe by chance, I don't know. But the idea is that we're gonna have like several parts of the ship, like one underwater over here, one section here, And then the other section is going to be up here, kind of on the top. And maybe, just maybe I can put some rocks. No, I don't want to put some rocks. That would really kind of ruin the environment. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, it died in a storm. It got broken up and then like, well, see the thing is though, the one thing that I'm not quite sure about is like when it broke up out at sea, how did it wash up to shore? That's the question. Like how did all of these large sections make it all the way to shore? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. It says what he is building in it. Did I, let me see over here. I tried changing the title to the stream. Okay, KoD Shipwreckage. Okay, there we go. All right. I remember I was trying to change the stream title, but it wasn't changing for me, so I was just hoping that that did change over, and it did, so good. We're golden. But the most difficult part about an angle like this is to make it look like it's man-made and not just like a big plump of wood, you know? And that's what we're coming to the phase of right now, is trying to figure out how to make this curvature actually work. We still got to figure out the shape of the boat, more or less. You should have a piece of driftwood in the sea from the ship's hull. Yeah, for sure. The tide would have retreated. Yeah, see, the tide would have been about up here. So we're going to have the front part of the ship about here. I think I'm going to make the front part actually kind of straight. Maybe just a little bit of a diagonal lean. Not too much. But it's going to be like about right here or so. And we're going to have to do our best to try to match the size proportions to the rest of the ship over here. But this is honestly going to be super, super, super difficult. So if anybody has any... Well, you guys are going to be yelling. This is going to be a really stressful stream for me because I know I'm going to be struggling with this a lot. So if you guys have suggestions as to how to make it a little bit easier, let me know. But, you know, this is going to be a really stressful stream for me. You don't need a perfect shape. Luckily, with a shipwrecked boat, you don't need a perfect shape. Yeah. And maybe we can still put, like, holes in it and things. So, like, maybe there's a hole there. I don't know. I'm just going to fill it up with wool right now so we can get the proper shape down. I'm just going to keep adding to it. And then we can dig it out later. But for right now, we're just going to be adding or removing wool as we see fit in order to try to get a good solid shape. I'm going to change the shaders, by the way, to something like that, maybe. Makes it a little less crazy looking, so that way we can see what's going on. I think that looks a little bit better. And let's keep this shape going here. What is this build for? It's for Kingdoms of Darwinia, their inanimate object. We're making a shipwreckage right now. This is going to be our starting location for the Dukonians. That is what this is. Yeah, hanging. Well, this isn't an old shipwreck. Well, I guess we could make it look like an old shipwreck. I don't know. I mean, when we're here actually on the server for a while, it'll eventually be an old shipwreck. But, I suppose we can make it look old somewhat. I mean, it's not like it's been here for years and years and years. I mean, we just crashed here. So, we'll have to try to make that apparent from how we build it. How did the head become the shore? We paddled it there. Well, it's going to be like about right here. It's going to be half in the water and half on the shore. But yeah, the tide would have brought it in there, Django. So like the tide would have been up here or something. Like we'll just figure it out. But see, I'm thinking about using the front of the ship, the bow of the ship, as kind of our fort. Our initial kind of like starting location where we can store our treasures and things and kind of have... yeah, our giant pulled it. There we go. We got a giant, so we can use him as an excuse as to how we got it on. That's a great idea. Alright, so let's just keep throwing away a little bit of this so that we get a good solid shape going here. Actually, I've never fully understood the Kingdoms of Darwinia. Well, it's not really complicated. It's just explaining it over and over again gets a little bit old for me. Man. If someone in chat could actually explain Kingdoms of Darwinia, you know what? I feel like I should make a command. Ragnarsson, could you make a brief kind of description as to what Kingdoms of Darwinia is? Like, try to keep it within like a paragraph, like maybe 6 sentences at most. And then I can make a command for !KoD, and then whoever is interested in learning about what KoD is, I can just post that in chat here, and they can easily reference that, and so that I don't have to explain this for the umpteenth time, you know? It just would be nice to have something. Oh, by the way, guys, the Red Clan, we are most likely going to have to mobilize. We are going to need an army at some point. If things actually get salty here on the server, we are going to need some military, some proper military force. But we are not going to be the aggressors. Not in any case are we going to be the aggressors. We are friendly. But we have been hearing rumors that we will most likely have some problems here. So we are going to need some crazy amounts of... the Red Clan will most likely have to form. What shaders do you recommend me? I love watching you stream while playing RuneScape. Awesome. Want me to write? Yeah, write in Discord first there, Ragnarsson, and then I'll just go ahead and paste that into the command. A good-looking beaver lodge. Nice. Honestly, I've never made an organic before, so we're just kind of testing the waters right now. Literally. Trying to figure out what exactly we can do here. So I feel like the bottom of the boat here needs a little bit more shape. Now, ships usually have a tapering kind of look. So like it starts out a little bit thicker and fatter at the front, and then it tapers down towards the back and being a little bit thinner. So honestly, what we're doing here isn't too bad, but this is more of a midsection of the ship. It's not it's not like the back. Like the back's gonna be back there, so that's where it's gonna start tapering a lot more. So we can kind of make this a little bit thicker here on the front, and then we can make a tapering section in the back. And I also got to figure out like how these connected. Yes, we had an idea for recruiting you might want to read. I did read that, Mesa. I'm just suggesting because we're probably gonna need a force to reckon with eventually. But like the United Nations, yes, exactly. Oh, we are the PC. We will be the peacekeeping force. Okay, I gotcha. Using force to get people to stop wars. Yes, and that's what we kind of want to be too. We'll be kind of part of the peacekeeping force. Because I'm not quite sure. Honestly, I haven't really connected with Amstein. I'm not quite certain as to what the code of conduct is for Amstein. So we will have to see exactly what Amstein is all about. Because we are on the coast of Amstein, and we're going to have to work with them one way or the other. So hopefully they are not a warrior faction, and hopefully we'll be able to mingle with them well enough. It's on a custom map there, Red Dead. I really should play more Conquest, but my laptop can't really handle it, unfortunately. Yeah, I understand that, Damians. I've been there. I know exactly how you feel. Okay, so we need to bring this hull up a little bit more. Something like that, I suppose. Okay, how are we doing on that curvature? Alright, so I'm trying to make it seem like the ship is kind of on its side, so I need to kind of like overhang the deck a little bit like that, almost. So something like that is what we need, and then we can kind of do something like this as well over here. We need to overhang the deck, kind of, for the outside of the ship, so that kind of works. Amstein is much more peaceful than Lufthenberg. Okay. What is you're working on now? We're working on our wrecked ship right now there, Cow Lord, for Kingdoms of Darwinia. Okay. That's not going to work. I'm not quite sure what I want to do there, but maybe once we get half slabs and things will be alright. Might be helpful. You can also rotate. Gosh, this stupid synergy is driving me nuts. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, I know that, Creeps. I know we can do diagonals and things of that nature, but the issue I'm having is I don't want to make it straight diagonals, because not only is this on a diagonal curve, but it's also on a slant. So we have to follow the curvature of the seabed in conjunction with following and naturally laying wreckage. Like, we don't want to make stuff that's just kind of like diagonal and straight. It would just seem a little bit too static in my opinion. So I know what we're doing here is really complicated. Honestly, it's like gonna be crazy for me to actually do this, but I'm gonna try. I need to figure out, like, I don't want this to be just kind of like lane here. I feel like there needs to be some kind of let's actually do this. There needs to be a skeleton for the ship. Usually ships have like a skeleton to kind of keep the inside together. So I'll just kind of follow this up here. Oh, we're gonna have to keep that. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure this out later, but like, we'll just kind of follow a skeleton type design here. And then also there would be kind of what do you call these things going across like this, and then maybe at this point it broke off right there. So there'd be like pieces of the ship kind of like reaching out as if it was connected at some point, but not anymore. You can also rotate an X and Z axis. Rotate it an X and Z axis. Well, we're honestly, Riley, we are very, I mean, just consider us an ally starting out. That's pretty much the basis that we're trying to go for here. Like, we're not warrior people. We're not going to come and steal all your belongings and, well, you know, the typical cultural issues that may arise. We're not that. We are friendly. And, well, you know, friendly people want to be friends with everybody. Okay. So we'll keep following that, and we gotta make one up there and one up here as well. This is gonna look so derp. Okay, so this is actually the deck right here. So let's actually bring that back there. Okay. Actually, no, that should be like that, right? Or like that. Okay. Because I'm killing Rampage. I've been a skelly since I joined the server. Okay, let me, door, it's getting really hot in here. My computer is a furnace. This ain't Lumiere. Yes, it's not Lumiere. We're working on Kingdoms of Darwinia right now, trying to build the Dukonian starting location. Okay, obviously it's not going to be like that. I mean, that looks like a flower or something, so we don't want that. But like a few poking out pieces like that, I think would be okay. So the orange is the deck, the red is the hull. Yes, that's the plan so far. And then we're going to have to make the mast, so let me kind of see what we're going to do with that. I'm going to use, I don't know, black, I suppose. And see, this would be the middle of the ship right about here. So we're going to have to do something like this. And we kind of got to look straight down at the ship and try to go straight up and out as best as we can. So something like that, maybe. Now, how much of a curve do we have there? Honestly, yeah, that's not going to work. We're going to have to be a little bit more careful with this. How do we follow this curve with a mast? We got to look straight at the ship, and we got to go straight in the direction that the curve of the ship is going. So, again, we have right here. So let's just kind of go straight up, and it needs to go back. Oh, it needs to go back, too. I totally forgot about this. We got to go this dynamic as well, because it's coming straight up and out to the ship. What did I miss? We're peaceful like Canada. Meep. What did I miss? I'm missing a lot of people's chat, I imagine. You kind of missed my post. Okay, stop. That's why I'm answering. Dukon, what shaders do you recommend when I get a new PC? What looks best with Conquest Reforged? Try Weris, honestly. If you don't have a really good computer, Weris is definitely a good option. But Conquest of the Sun is what I'm using right now, and it definitely works. I love Conquest of the Sun. But also, if you have a good computer and you're happy with how it is and all that stuff. I've been picturing the ship entirely wrong. Okay, so let me keep throwing this together here and see what we can do. This is gonna look like a complete mess. It might be a little bit more than I can bear with this right now, but let's just keep throwing it together and see what we can come up with. Again, we want to follow the natural curvature of the ship, how it's laying. I would imagine the mast would be about right there. See, then it starts curving, but that's not too bad. It's here. Let's actually do this. I have this is gonna actually help us a lot. Right, it's this one right here. Okay, reset FOV, reset roll, reset clock. Okay, reset roll. It's that. Clockwise is that. Nah. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna help us a lot. As far as the curvature is concerned, it's not too bad. The top tip is a little bit off, I would say. That's not too bad, actually. Hey there, AVD, what's going on? Make it like it's broken by the forces. Oh, that's true. We also should maybe make the deck a little bit wider on both sides, but, I don't know. What is ship cracking? No, a storm there, Lavian. And then we're going to make another deck in here, something like... And the mash is the hot dog sticking out. And the mash is the hot dog sticking out. Oh, this is the hot dog right here. I got you. And there is the reason Dukonian is the wise man. I don't know about that. The ship looks like a hot dog bun. Whoa. Okay. Anyways, let's just keep throwing a little bit more on the hull here and see what we got. I do want to try to perfect the curvature as much as possible, but there is no promises that this is going to turn out to anything that amazing. So let's just keep throwing in some blocks. See, the thing is we're not exactly going to have a smooth curve. Like, I don't think anything that I do with this is going to make me happy. I don't think there's really any way for me to make this perfect. Because we're already on an imperfect axis. And it is a shipwreck, so we do have an excuse. I'll do the best I can, but that's about the best I can do. I think the left ship of the hull is overlapping the deck a bit too much. The left side of the ship. So you're talking about this side right here. I think what I should do is maybe push that back a little bit, something like that. And we should also make the deck a little bit larger on this side. Something like this, maybe. And do the same thing with there and there. There we go. That makes us have a little bit more room around the outside here. Yeah, that looks a little bit better, I would say. You can make the mast broken in half and make the top half hanging down. Mast broken off. That's a good idea, actually. Well, this also needs to have the two... Maybe it'll just have this mast right here. So, like, you know how masts usually have the T at the top? For, like, the main thingamagummy, whatever. Well, maybe we can have another part of the mast kind of hanging down this way as well. And then the other part that would have been over here has already broken off. So maybe we can make a stub for that, something like this. So like just like a little stub like that. Now let's see if that actually is along the right axis. This is a little bit too straight, a little too flat for me. So let's try a little bit less of a curve. Let's try that, see what we think. And we will be making it smaller. It's just right now we are kind of in the development phase. Building organic like this is so hard, at least for me. It's hard for me too, man, for sure. You could make the mast broken in half, top. You could make the mast broken top. Oh, you both did the same thing. I actually got a Red Bull for this stream because I definitely need it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So also another thing about the back half of the ship is it's going to be a little bit more crazy looking. Because Dramones typically have a galleon type aft. Drain 40. And so what I'm going to have to figure out is, I think what I'm going to do for the back half is actually make it kind of straight. Maybe just a little bit diagonal, but it's going to be straight facing. Because For something like that, it's going to be absolutely almost impossible for me to follow a as organic design as that, because the middle section of the boat's super easy, because that's just what that is. Stoddard, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Red Clan. About a month from now there, no sir. By the way, great to see you, man. Haven't been seeing you in our chats here lately, but great to see you. We've been missing you, man. Okay, so let's just do this here. I don't even know how long I want this. And I do want this still on somewhat of a tilted axis. So I gotta figure out how I want to do that. Let's see here. I kind of want to make it symmetrical. I don't want to just throw... Actually, let me do this. I think this is going to vastly improve the building of this aft section. If we build it in the air, it'll give us so much more flexibility. So if we do it this way... Let's do it at a 90 or a what is this, a 45-degree angle? Let's just do that. Let's just do a 45-degree angle and say that it looks all right. So we're going to have to use like stairs and things at some point, but for right now, I think we're still fine with what we're doing here. All right, 1, 2, 3. What was that? 4, 4. Okay, and then we start coming inwards. Something like that. Now, is that too big for that? Oh, that's way too big for that. Okay. This trough is a refugee worship. Yes, of course, Dukonian. What? You can't. Well, is it a worship or trade vessel? Worship. This trough is a refugee transport. All right, so let's actually go back to plan. Let's go back to this. Let's do 3 there instead, and then 2 high, 1, 1, and up. Okay, so 3, and then 2, 1, and then that. All right, now it's too small. Or is it? Let's actually measure this. So from here to there is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd say that's about a 5-block wide deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, that's 6. That's not bad. We can go with that. So probably the battle damage which made the hull unstable make it break from the storm. Yeah, the battle damage, we'll just say that. And then, so this is going to be the rudder right here. We'll get that all the way down there. It should, well, no, that can stay flat. That's fine. I don't know. The hull should maybe be a little bit bigger than that. Because then this is going to be the deck, which is going to be a little bit small, I think. And the belly of the ship isn't exactly massive either. But it does kind of match this, though. I mean, that's not too much bigger. Hey, Tiger Bread, what's going on? Great to see you. And a cat, Zico, great to see you. And Applemore, we're working on the wreckage of his ship for Dukonian. So what I'm going to be doing, or Darwinia, the Dukonian starting spot, yes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a really flat representation of this. And then I'm going to start building kind of like the cabins on top. And then I'm going to kind of demolish it a little bit. But I do want to do this first to kind of get us started. What am I doing? This would be just so much easier if I did this the easy way. I'm going to go from here, position 1. And I'm going to go to here, position 2. And we're going to stack 10. Stack 15. I'm going to say stack 20, and then I'll be it right there. Okay. Hey there, what's up? I'm doing fantastic. We're working on the wreckage of a ship currently. The problem with this, though, is it's going to be really kind of... the diagonal is going to be kind of hard to work with. And I don't know, the belly isn't as deep as I would like it. So maybe what we should do is something like... Okay, where did I make that? Okay, we made it at the 3. There and there. And then we go there and there. Do we like that better? Makes it a little bit deeper, but we don't have the jib at the bottom. Not the jib. It broke, okay? Oh, wait. Okay, back to drinking my Red Bull. I need the energy. Okay. Nope, that's not going to work. I don't know, guys. Because my issue currently with our current design is we have a really shallow... design. It's a little bit too shallow for me. So we do need to do this. And we do need to do that. Maybe make it like that instead. What do we think about that? And then use maybe... Well, we'd have to use like half slabs for those. And then we'd have to use half slabs underneath as well. So let's just try this really quick. I'm gonna grab like red marble or something that I know has all the slabs that we need. I think it's this one. There we go. So we need you, and we need not that. Goodness. This and that. Okay. And okay. So that is a more steady curvature to flow with our ship. So that is kind of what I have in mind right there. Did I ever play Fortnite? No, I have not. Okay, from there. And we'll go all the way up to here. And we're gonna go ahead and stack 20. Nathan, 918, thank you for that follow and welcome to the Red Clan. Great to have you. Colored stucco wool. Did you ever play Fortnite? No. Yep, needed that. Okay. Dramone. Now I need to go back to that picture. Give me a better idea as to what we're working with. Because we're working on the back side right now. So what I need to do is figure out a way to make it actually look like a Dramone. And so let's actually use a different color wool yet again. In fact, let's use just this. No, let's just use a wool. Let's use magenta for now. In Conquest, do half slides in the morning? No, not yet. Let's do this. We'll do the same thing down here. And then let's see what happens if we did this. Because that's what, too high? I think that'll be okay. Could have those pointy out bits on the side. Yeah, I could have something like this. Or something like that to hold it up. Is that right? Yes. Okay. And then it curves out a little bit on the front here. So something like that. And we'll have intermittent things like this to kind of hold it up. There we go. So that is the front level fortification there. It'll come back just a little bit like this. And then the next tier will be kind of like, it'll start tapering in. So the ship actually needs to start tapering. How am I going to taper this thing? Oh, this is tough, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm not a shipbuilder. Let's try that maybe. Oh, I think I'm doing this the opposite way than what I need to do. All right, so let's do it the opposite. I think that's the issue here. How big is the oceans, Kid? Are they realistic huge or just lakes pretending to be oceans? It's a continent realistic, and then there's an ocean all the way around it. I always love making things hard for me. Yes, I do, don't I? Okay, as far as the angle is concerned, how do I make it look like... Because what we want to do is to make it look like the tail of the ship is kind of swooping up in a way. In fact, let's kind of round it over back here. Let's see what we can do. Alright, so this is going to be the real tough part. Trying to curve this around. So what I'm going to do is just a diagonal like this for now. That'll help get me kind of set. See, now we have a diagonal. However, it's not even, so that is another problem. I think what we're gonna have to do is actually divide it one more block. Oh my gosh. I think we're gonna have to make a middle block here because we have 3 there. I don't know, maybe we could. Wait, okay, maybe something's not right here. We have 3 there and we have 3 there, but the middle is there. Is it like this? What did I do wrong here? Oh! Ah, that makes sense. Okay, there we go. Now we got the back there. Okay. Thank goodness, I love realistic citations. Trying the picture to shape this thing is messing with me. Yeah, this is really messing with me as well. Alright, so there we go. We got our fortification up top. We're going to go ahead and close that in real quick. We're going to do this. Just like so. Alright, so this is kind of like the back, but the front. Kind of hard to say what I mean there. And then this is going to be the top there and one right there. Okay. So there we have it. That is coming together. And now what needs to happen next is this needs to kind of come up like that. I think that's the right axis right there. Yeah, I'd say that's the right axis. And I think I'm going to come up... Well, we don't need to come up one more. I think we can just go ahead and follow that. Go ahead and follow that all the way back up to there. Okay, and then this needs to start tapering in a little bit. Just a little bit. Which means we're going to have to taper the hull as well. And that's going to be a pain in the butt. Ermy Gersh. Pain in the butt and a half. Okay. Plus, it's supposed to be ruined ship, so a little unevenness makes sense. Yeah. Okay, and then there's going to be that right there. Again, we will be working on quite a bit, trying to get this to look as we are hoping. And then we're going to have it come up one more. This one's going to be a little bit taller. Something like this, I think. And then that's going to taper down to the back of the ship right here. So this is going to come back like that. So this is kind of where the captain of the ship would be up here. But as you can see, that's kind of the shape I'm going for. And then this is going to taper all the way back. So we're going to have one up. Maybe it'll go in 2s, I think. Why does that bloom so much? Like, the light just really messes up. There we go. And I think it's okay following an even axis. I think that's all right. No, Cowlor, this is the first I've done. So this is quite the experience for me. So next what we're going to need to do... see, this is the tip of the ship here. So now what we need to do is kind of curve it inwards. So now it's going to kind of come down like this. Okay, and we're going to have to bust back the ship here quite a bit. And this, the front portion is going to have to come forward a little bit more. So let's just go ahead and bust that up real fast here. Something like that. You know, this actually makes sense, weirdly. Wow. Tip of the ship. Alright, so I need to actually remove all of this wool back here because this is going to mess us up. So instead of maybe messing it up with a world edit operation, I'm just going to do it by hand, even though that is really, really, really tedious. What is the pink supposed to be? That is the kind of like the cabins and such on the back of the ship. Their flopper topper. So I'm just trying to make a ship right now. Okay, so let's just keep coming down here. Honestly, no, this is supposed to come in a little bit more, like a little sharp almost. So something like that. And then it starts tapering down a little bit more smooth. Maybe it can come out a little bit more, something like that. Bring you guys out like so. Okay, yeah, that looks a little bit better. And then it can start coming like this. Like that almost, because this is where the rudder would be, kind of like in this section right here. And then it would also start coming out just the littlest bit. So something like that. And then that would, well, where is it? Right here. This would connect with this. And why isn't that connecting with this? Is that, yeah, that is the right. Okay, where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? Okay, let me think. I'm thinking. We have that right. Where did I go wrong, guys? This is one block higher. Inanimate. How you doing? Oh, are you gonna make a rudder leg falling off the seabed? We'll see. I haven't decided what I'm going to be doing for this, honestly. We're still just really developing this right now. But that is the right, yeah, that is correct. Oh, is it? Wait, no, it's not. Oh, that's perfect. This is it right here. This is it. Okay. All right. Now that makes sense. Okay, okay, that makes sense now. All right, we are good. So now what we need to do is taper the hull back and up from the fatter section up this way, and then slowly taper it down to the back rudder. All right, so awesome. So glad this is I'm so glad that lined up. Like, I was so confused there for a minute, but now it all makes sense. Okay. So now from this point, what I'm going to do is make a little bit of a rib. I'm going to come back a little bit like this. And then it starts getting really round back here. So something like that almost. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Following ribs makes the building process of a ship so much easier. Okay, there we go. Now, see, the issue we're having is the unbalanced nature of this. We're gonna have to really try to figure out, like, how are we gonna balance this thing? So that is going to be our goal, is trying to figure out how to balance this. So let's just make a rib really quick. See, this is my issue right here, right now. I think this is gonna have to come out like that. That gonna come up like so. And see, that's not going to work. That is the bottom of the ship. Yeah, that is right. So maybe it just needs to be like that then. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. And it's gonna go up in twos, I suppose. And then it's gonna start going up in ones. Like that. That must be quite hard to build and imagine since the lines are rotated 40 degrees. It is, and like just this over here, there, Antros. This has been a pain in the butt too. Doesn't even look that good, but it is something. Great to see you, by the way. It is a big ship, yes. Well, this had a lot of people on board of it, so we have to make sure that it's the proper size of a ship for our people to cross the seas in. It is very important to have a nice big ship. All right, so we have 2, 2, 2, and then we have ones from there. Okay, 1, 1, 1. And it's, yeah, that's actually not a, it's not a bad shape. I mean, it should be wider out here. I think I might do that. I might go ahead and throw out the sides a little bit more, because right now it's looking really kind of narrow, which isn't terrible, but it's all right. The part from the rudder should be almost flat, folding the keel. Oh, yeah, this should be flat. That's right. Okay. But what am I going to do with that, though? Maybe the keel can come out a little bit more? Or, oh, I know what to do. The keel can be flat here, and then it kind of, like, goes back out, something like that. So what do we think about that? What do I do there? Okay. Wait, what did I do? It's that, and then it's that there. Thinking. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Maybe that's 4. Oh, it's 4. Okay, that makes sense. There we go. Okay, so the keel here is 4. Let's just go ahead and use dark oak for the keel for now. The keel is kind of important to visualize. Well, we're just going to use something black, so we'll just go ahead and use that for now. Go ahead and build that back. So yeah, this right here is the keel / rudder. And we're also going to use black for the keel all the way up the boat. So let's just go ahead and throw that in real fast here, like so. All right, so that is the keel. All right, there we go. And we're gonna keep the rudder going back out like that. There we go. But I think I do need to actually make the ship, the bow, a little bit fatter on the side. So something like, let's just play with this really quick. Something like this, maybe? What do we think about that? Let me look at it from back here really quick. Yeah, actually, I think that might be the, that might be it. Maybe just a little bit more. Maybe one more. Something like this, maybe. And then come back up and in. Okay, no, that's not going to work for sure. Okay, maybe we'll just stick with that. Not like that either. So what is that, 4? I feel like this needs to be a half slab right there, but we'll do that later. If we're actually going to do a half slab there, we'll do that some other time. There's not the same pride in building straight as in building like this and having to come up with designs and maze to make things work. Yeah, well, let's just see what we can do. Realistic, I am going to miss people's posts every now and then. I apologize, but I'm doing my best. The best thing for you to do is post it again and maybe tag my name in your message. But I can't keep scrolling back up through chat to see what you had posted. So, like I said, tag my name and repost. That's your best option. The hull should almost be a circle with a square on it. See, I think this is going to work. The one thing we need to do is this right here. Let me just try this really quick. I think that might be the answer. Maybe. It does thicken the hull, which is what we needed. So I think that's what we need right there. Beautiful. It's just gonna require a lot more work, though. We are not even halfway there yet, guys. So this is quite the thing. Let's do this now. Comes down 2 and 2. And then we have the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, Realistic. Thanks for stopping by. It's great seeing you, man. Hope to see you back sometime soon. Have a great day. Okay, the hull should be almost a circle square. You missed my post. Okay. I really do try, guys. I really do my best. I read through chat as much as I can. I try to keep up with everybody and interact as best as I am capable. I hope you understand if I miss your message. Like I said, the best way to get my attention is if there is chat flowing and I end up missing your message, tag me in the message so that way I see the big black Dukon red one in chat, and then that will tell me that I need to chat with you guys. Okay, so this right here, this angle doesn't look as good because it's so low now. But from the back, it looks good. And the reason why it looks good back here is because we have all this top section. But technically, it kind of makes sense because a Dramone does not have a very tall, like, this kind of makes sense. What do you think, Django? Django, what's your opinion on this? Like, from the picture I'm looking at, it looks like the Dramone has a lower design for the hull. So I think this actually kind of works for what we're trying to do here. Okay, so now let me go ahead and taper the hull up here. No, Byzantine Dramone. Yes, Byzantine Dramone. That's what we're going for here, guys. A Dramone. It's a really interesting ship. It's like a cross between a galleon and a Greek ship. That has been like one of my favorite types of ships for like the longest time. I'm glad I'm finally building one. Okay, so we'll go ahead and keep throwing this in here, see what we can come up with. This is not the easiest project I've ever done in my life. Definitely not the easiest. And I apologize very much for the, I feel like I'm embarrassing myself, but it is what it is. Gotta figure this out at some point, so here I am, throwing blocks together. I wonder if I can just flip this somehow. Like, how am I going to taper that in right there? I love it. I did have a lower design. I did have a lower design since it originated from the Roman warships. There's down deck, no cargo holds. Okay, when building ships, it's probably good to try to visualize the water lines. So think about the water displacement. Yeah, the water displacement would be about right here. Well, let's actually go to the top side of the ship. It would be easier to visualize. Yeah, the water displacement would be about right there. That's where I would imagine it would be. And looking at it from this side, it's really low. Which actually is, I mean, it's not terrible. It looks somewhat believable. So that means the water line for this section would be about right here, right? And this is tough. This is tough. Very tough. I only did a year of physics, so don't know the best. Mr. Beastie has good tutorials. Yes, I know Mr. Beastie. I definitely love his tutorials. I actually haven't. I've watched his videos, but I don't really actually reference him all that much. But yeah, I love his stuff. But it would be great to have Victor with us here today. Man, this would be a challenge he would love to do. I think that this is something that Victor would be definitely on board trying out. So I might actually ask him. We'll see what happens, though. I know he would love to. I just don't. I don't know. Okay, what is wrong with this? Something's wrong. Oh, it's the same. Okay. The ladder, walkway things, Greek fire and stuff. 50 meter fire spewing ships of death. They were. I only did a year of physics, so I don't know the best. By the way, welcome, Eagles. Are you sneaking in here to see what you can do as to how trying to learn our plans and develop a strategy to defeat us? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Let me ask him. Oh, actually, if he comes on, like literally, we're gonna be setting all of this to air, and we're gonna be starting from scratch. I know that's going to be the case, and I don't know if I want to start from scratch again. I don't have that much time in the world. I need progress. Danian spy, you got me. Hey, Sergeant Magnitude. How you doing, my man? Great to see you. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so again, we're going to keep tapering the hull down as much as we can. We're not going to be able to make it perfect, but we will be able to make it at least somewhat good. So let's just throw some blocks together and see what we can come up with. Red Guards, take 'em! Spy you through stream or in game. You funny guy. You know, that's actually kind of a problem. Well, no, not technically a problem. Because I will most likely be streaming when we're doing these, like, wars and things, so we'll have to figure out a way that I can participate in these things while streaming at the same time, so as to we don't disclose information to the enemy. Because we don't want that. The enemy of the enemy, and the enemy must be destroyed. The Red Clan will come to bear. Our army will overpower you, and you will never see the light of day again, for you will be rotting in our dungeons, deep below the ground. And yes, you may think we don't have dungeons, but trust me, we are going to have dungeons so deep that not even the Ardecraftians, the Ardanians, will be able to escape them. Not even with their dank memes. Okay, Red Guard's taken. Okay. Enough of the, whatever that was. Let's get back to figuring this piece of junk out. So we got 2 up there, 1 up there. Kinky cat. Just stay in my lab. Ah, yes! Secleton will take care of you. Secleton will definitely take care of you. He is renowned for his abilities of persuasion. I honestly would not like to personally experience his persuasion, to be completely fair, but well, you know, I'm not you guys, so we'll see what happens. Also, the fact you just said dank memes on my there's more terrible. You know, the Ardanians are more or less well known for their dank memeness, so you know we got to combat this this thing as much as we can. But no, that was not a threat of war, by the way, you Ardanians. This is a warning, a fair warning, a motion for peace, a sue for peace. Will you have peace or will you have war? The choice is yours. Choose wisely, for it will be your last choice you ever make, if chosen incorrectly. Like the beacons, Dukonia is rallying. Yes! The Red Legion will rise. We will have whatever we care for. Hey, that's a very, very crafty statement right there, Guan. Very crafty. Smart, smart answer. Okay, Bad Nightbot. Yes, bad boy. Hey, Thorn Droid, how you doing, man? So, Thorn Droid, I've been hearing some rumors here lately that there is some problems with the Ardanians and the Druids. Whatever might those problems be? Okay, we need to start tapering about here, I think. You know, I honestly feel really embarrassed right now because we got Guan here. Guan's like an expert at this. This would be like cheese for him, or like cutting a cake. I don't know. Like, seeing your builds there, Guan, I know that you would be able to do this a lot smoother and a lot better. But, well, I'm doing what I can. Sabotage! They have a cave troll. Would you like to hear a bad joke that's been going around in our family? Not sure. Okay. So, we need to keep tapering this up a little bit. I think we're going to go ahead and do that right there. I suppose. We also need to taper that a little bit more. See, the problem that I'm really going to be having with this is, well, mirroring the other side. Like, I don't know if we can copy and paste that. Copy and pasting this is going to be a pain in the buttocks. Why is the baker in the hospital? Because he is attacked by Tyran. He was attacked by Tyran. That's funny. That's hilarious, man. So hilarious. Uses his diplomatic wizardry to basically get everyone to rebel against the Andorians and bully them into surrender. There we go! There we go. I am a fearsome warrior there, Django. Don't mess with a fearsome warrior, for it may cause problemos. Problemos to the 4th degree. Dukin finds it funny. Dukon. How do I mute people? Yes, that's true. Okay, so, wait, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, waterline. Okay, that's what that was. He was cringing inside. Oh, man. Okay, so let's keep bringing this back right here. Put that right there. Pop that in, and blam. Okay, good. And then we'll do that there. Beautiful, kind of beautiful, sort of beautiful, terrible, horrible, immensely cringeworthy, and bam. Okay, good. Okay, well, obviously that curve is derp as derp can get. So let's try that. Terrible. Let's try that. See, I'm trying to get this curve to actually work for us. But, like, see, this over here, I don't really care about. It's not as critical for me to get that section to be perfect because of the angle it's at. However, we're working with a diagonal, a straight diagonal design. Therefore, working with this is a little bit more critical in achieving a more diagonal and straight design that is actually worthy. But we'll see what happens. I still need to follow these curves the best I can. So we're just going to throw in some more half slabs here real quick, see what we think. Maybe I can do that right there. See, half slabs are going to really change the game once we finally get those sorted. Do you accept a truce? No, they will have whatever they want. That is the answer. That is the answer. Is it peaceful? Is it a peaceful answer? That remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. Okay, I do like the curve. Definitely not perfect, but is it acceptable? I mean, it's going to be underwater. It's not a huge deal. But it's okay. I'd accept peace with Dukonian friendship. I feel like there's a little bit of sarcasm in there, Guan. Am I hearing sarcasm? Am I sensing sarcasm to a point, to a degree? It's treason, then. All right, Jiao Jiao, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Doesn't the water? We won't actually see that, Levian. Duke, I swear. What do you swear? What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? Okay, let's keep doing this cabin here. Oh, I'm serious, man. I'm not. Hey, oh, there she is. Say hello, Lara.
Hello, Laura.
No, say hello, guys.
Just kidding.
There we go.
Hello, guys.
Laura is here to say hello. Oh, wait, I was going to do orange here. There we go. Beautiful! Because this is, again, another deck. So let's do that right there. Apparently, but the druids are peaceful, so hopefully you'll understand that. Do the Articraftians care? I don't know. I will say, however, we do not. The Dukonians will not tolerate bullying to any degree, for we will. Who's Lara? She is my wife, Peso. You made a box into a blob and then into a hall. I don't know about that. I mean, this is, I wouldn't say exactly a hall yet. This is quite a ways off, to be honest. I am really quite embarrassed right now. This is stressing me out, to be completely honest. Stressing me out. But I'm trying. I am trying. See, the issue, the biggest... Well, Actually, we don't even need to finish this bottom side, because that's going to be under the sand. Yes. The gods are with me. You'll never be allies with the infidels and non-believers. You fun guy. With the infidels and non-believers. I see. Okay, well, you know, we don't technically need allies, per se, because we will have... I mean, let's see that. Well, we already have all of the allies. I mean, we have a Loeffenberger. We have, well, you know, you don't even know if we have Loeffenberger, but you know, I could be just saying this just to get you a little scared. But you know, we got everybody. But you know, everybody don't want to war with the Dukonians. There might be some troublesome outcomes there. So. As long as the only other faction I'm kind of on edge about is the Dukonians. Do you have good castle designers though? Well, we don't need castles. Who needs castles when you have a fortress one? I mean, castle fortress. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You know, we're here for the long haul, yes, but we're going to be making something quite spectacular. You can have your castle. We're going to have our fully operational battle station. Beware. Okay. Yeah. It's even gonna have a big green laser that's gonna one-shot kill everybody. Just for practical defensive purposes, you know, not for antagonization. Just to say, hey guys, we got a big gun. You know, just be careful. You know, that's really all that is. Hey there, Bear Jerky. We are working on, do you even have nukes, bro? We'll see. I guess you'll find out. Sounds bannable. Yeah, little do you guys know. And we'll just keep that, we'll keep that on the down low there, Tiger Bread. We don't really want to let that out quite yet. All right, so... Oh, this thing is looking terrible. Oh, I know what it is. It's this right here. This is the issue. We need to bring the hall up to the size like that. Okay. That's a little bit better. That's no moon. Wait, what? Why not just make a normal ship piece and tilt it with world edit? Well, because that's the easy way. I didn't even know you could do that, honestly. Oh, wait, no, FAWE does do that now, doesn't it? I didn't know that you could flip, things, diagonally. And she's bringing me some water. Say hello again, Laura. I am working on a shipwreck right now. This is going to be the spawn point for the Dukonians on Kingdoms of Darwinia. It looks like a complete mess right now. 2 big blobs of colorful stuff, but eventually there is hope, and there's hope. We'll just say hope. There's hope for that this will eventually come together into something quite interesting.
Well, I have hope that it will. Hey, Tiger Red.
Am I missing anybody's chat? Oh, it's a Death Star laser.
Oh, goodness.
Our goddess? Does your wife play Reforged too? No. Wish she did. Why don't you play Reforged with me?
Because I am really bad, guys.
We've actually been getting a lot of people wanting us to do Dukonia, or not the Dukonia, building with Mrs. Dukon Red 1 again. We should do that again. I think that would be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to get Lara back with us. She'll be running around inside the house, placing flowers, and then I'll be building a house. We know that one building is your wife, and you're just speaking over her. The one building is your wife, and you're just speaking over her. What? Oh, the one building. Yes. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Where's episode 2, Duke? I need to do that. I really need to get back into doing that. And she's gone. Okay, one thing though, I don't know. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm not. The things that I'm kind of skeptical about is the curvature of the back here. Not a huge fan of this. What if we kind of bring it out a little bit more? Something like that. And then we can kind of build on like this. Because what we need to do is kind of sweep the hall. Like, it kind of sweeps up versus kind of being kind of static as it is. And I'm having the hardest time with that right now. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of really dip it into the water here. Yeah, that would be awesome, though, making another episode of with her in it. That would be great. All right, so what I'm going to do here is position 1, and then we're going to go down here. Position 2, and we're going to stack, I'm going to say 10 blocks. We'll just do that. That'll make it looks like a cargo ship now. But what we'll do is try to make it a little bit more. That's great. That's great. That's great. Okay. All right. All right. I don't even know if I have anything to trump that. Here, I'm gonna go attack you guys with my butterfly on my head. Rawr, 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 rawr. Here we go. Beat that, Guan. Beat that. No, you can't. I see how it is. Haha. Too scared? Yeah, I thought so. You've alerted the tribe. Looks like it's lying on its side, not telling you from the side. Yeah, well, once it's down on the ground, like, it's gonna be really dug into the sand, so that's kind of the hope. Hey, I've liked this girl for 2 years now. Okay. Alright, so you've learned the tribe. Looks like you're lying on the side. Not dialing butts off. No one is allowed here in national security. Alright. So cool, exploring a shipwreck. I can talk about KoD. Maybe ask for help for someone. Okay, I've not missed anything. Okay, good. Making sure, trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody's chat. All right. So I'm just gonna test this really quick, guys. I'm curious, really curious right now. Position 1, and we're gonna go grab position 2 down here. Position 2, and we're going to move 10 minus A. I guess move doesn't have a minus air option, does it? Move 10 minus air. Okay, so move 10. Huh. What's wrong here? Controls. Maybe I don't have access to that. Oh, shoot. Okay, undo. Okay, move 10 minus A. There we go. Okay, so actually we're gonna do move 15 minus A. There we go. All right, so this is how I intend it to look like right there. As you can see, it's dug down into the sand, and kind of like the sand would have like really dug into the hull kind of thing. Yes, this is what I'm talking about right there. Just gotta be patient. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, what am I missing here, guys? Just be yourself, talk about things you like, blah, blah, blah. You gotta let it go, the weed's a bit laggy, just be patient. Okay. But maybe one thing I'll do is maybe move it up this way. Also, I feel like the hull on this ship doesn't really match that ship anymore. Another thing is we need to do something like this. Like, it needs to kind of like taper down versus being kind of like flat like that. So we're gonna have to taper that. Is the game frame dropping? No. I'm getting 60 FPS right now. Alright, so I think this is gonna turn out okay. The back of the hull, I mean, honestly, this is a huge stressful thing for me, guys. See, one thing is to be able to build by yourself, but another thing is to stream for people and build this with people watching. So the expectations are there. And having expectations of oneself to meet expectations is a very difficult task. One that is kind of difficult to... I'm gonna make a hole in the hull right here. It's difficult to do. We'll just say that. Very difficult for me to achieve those expectations, especially for something as complicated as this. And to know that there's also people here that I know could do a better job. Absolutely. And yeah, it's all just a process. And I'll just put 2 holes there. It needs more texture. You must just pretend like the audience is not there, my friend. Immerse yourself in the building, and the viewers will still reveal you in mastery. I don't think that's the case. I will do my best, though. I will do my best. I will do my best. That's the best I can do, is my best. How's that? Oh, man. But the one issue I'm having right now is I would love to mirror this down here, but, well, you can't do that. So we're just going to go ahead and keep adding onto this side. Technically, it doesn't need to be mirrored. It doesn't really matter, to be completely fair. Maybe we can just, like, put a big, like, mound of... Yeah, maybe we can just put a big mound of crap back here. Sand. That's what crap is these days. Sand. Yeah. Okay. You have no expectation from me, at least. You've said this is your first time building this kind of thing. We come here for commentary and personality. Don't be afraid to fudge. Oh, no, I haven't texted him there, Tiger. I haven't texted him. Alright, so... we got that. Because the thing I'm worried about, Victor, is if I do ask him to come on board, we will be doing this over again. And like I said, I don't want to do that. I want to get this done, and then we can move on with our lives. It doesn't need to be perfect. So Dukon, what wrecked the ship? A storm there, Ragnarsson. A very, very great and mighty storm out at sea. And I suppose it broke the ship out, or in half out there, and then it made its way this way. Also, let me just go ahead and do this really quick. Fill our water. Let's just do 100. Okay, so that's how much of the ship you're actually going to see above water. You're just going to see the top of the deck. And then you can kind of dive down and see underneath. But that is kind of what is planned right now. You're going to see the little bit of the ship out there, that bit of the ship there. There's going to be wreckage around it. Like maybe like part of this mast is going to be sticking out of the water in a certain angle. Maybe a couple of floaty things around. And then obviously the front of the ship is going to be up here on its side. But that is the plan. I don't want to show it there, Imperium. I want this to be fresh and new for people when they come and join the build here. Or the map, the server. I just feel like ruining the experience. Like, that's a huge thing about an experience like this, is the novelty of it being brand new. If it's not brand new anymore, it's just going to ruin some people's... like, I'm not even doing it myself. Like, I don't want to explore around, like, not even off camera. I want to kind of just take in the experience when it comes. That's my goal with this. Okay, and then what we're going to do with this is kind of like stretch it out a little bit. Something like that. So like it looked like it at some point was connected. We'll make a little hole in the deck there. Maybe another hole there, and same thing with right there. This would have been a door there. So we'll just kind of put holes in. Are there going to be people live in there? Yes. Oh, in the ship, there will be up here. The Dukonian's base. That's my next task, is actually building our base, which is going to be the front part of the ship. I'm going to have a big rope or chain kind of strapped to the front, maybe the anchor, and it's going to be stretched out all the way over to here. So like our giant, our fellow giant, which is Saltheart, he is our giant and would have dragged it up onto the shore. And then we're going to use that as our base of operations until we get set up wherever we get set up on the inland. Okay, I do think we need another mast. So maybe what we can do is build one back here. So the next mast would have been about right here. So we can kind of just make it straight. Something like this. Maybe make it broken off. And then we can make the other part of the mast kind of like sticking up this way. Well, I don't know. Let's just keep doing this and see what happens. It's not going to be as tall as the other mast over there. Let's actually make this mast full. Something like this. The reason why I like the idea of making a full is because it's going to stick up above the water and it's going to make it look even more epic. So right now we are all about looks. Realism? Pfft, what's that? Come on, guys. You're in KoD right now. I know I'm in KoD 300, but I'm not exploring around. Like this is just the this is just where we're gonna spawn in. It's not like I'm not showing you guys around the world or the settlements or anything. I'm just trying to show you guys like I'm just trying to build this, and that's really all I'm doing. Right. Okay, so there's that mast, there's this mast. See, this is the back mast, front mast, and then we're going to make the bow mast there in the front. This record means of the diving bit. And this record is mims of the diving bit. Well, yeah, I do like the idea. By the way, Ragnarsson, we're gonna have to have a chat. The Dukonians have a couple things we would like to have as sort of like things that are left over that we brought with us. And maybe we can have a few little chests around of certain objects that we brought from Dukonia. Like, I know a golden apple would be one of those, an apple tree sapling. I think there's just little things here and there. Show the stream what you were up against if you besiege us. No, I don't want to show that, Guan. I don't want to show anything. That'll be actually, if you allow me to come to your base in peace during the actual whole thing, then yeah. Then, of course, the stream can see it, but I don't really want to show off anything right now. I want to keep that for the launch. Like, I think, again, it's novelty. I mean, I'm not obviously going to be able to stop you guys from posting in Discord or anything, but I just think the experience is a lot about it being new to people. Can I join the Dukonians? Eventually, there will be possible openings, depending on how much we're threatened is the main thing. If we are actually threatened with war, there's a possibility we will be opening up much more readily. But if we are more or less peaceful and we are left to peace, there is a much higher chance that we will remain closed for a while. Oh my gosh, that's great. That's great. That is great. Pay a tax to see inside the castle. Funny. Okay, here we go. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this mask, guys. Like, this is gonna drive me nuts. That is gonna drive me nuts. This part right here driving me nuts. Like, I don't even know what to do with that anymore. We got the back part of the ship here. And maybe we can do something like that. Okay, actually, let's do the front part of the ship now. Extra tactical. Choose either inside. That's great. Okay, so now we're gonna make the front part of the ship. Let me change my picture here so I can actually see how that's designed. Okay, so are you kidding me? What? Is the game froze? No, it's not. There we go. Goodness, I don't even know what that was. What if I told you I took a picture? Okay, anyways. Okay, one thing I think we should do is the front of the ship should sort of be kind of, what we're gonna have to do is make like a drag section, it's kind of drug across the sand. Will you be working on Lumiere anytime soon? Not today. Not this weekend. Maybe over this coming week. It's for Meso Tiger Bread. A few of our members have special lore about them, and we need to make sure that we follow that. All right, so as far as the ship is concerned, how do I want to make the front part? Like, we have diagonal, we have that. It wouldn't make sense to make it straight. Maybe it's more dismembered. Maybe we kind of like blew it apart. Maybe it's just the rib cage of the front part left, and like we took all the planks off and built a little fort around it. And then maybe we can use, oh, that's a great idea actually. Okay, so what I'm going to do, well, see, this is going to be drug on the sand. Well, no, we're just going to do this. We go ahead and make a diagonal. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts, guys. This is gonna drive me nuts. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Or not one more time. Let's just try this for the first time. Okay, so a Dramone's keel, not keel. What is this called? Bulbous bow. I don't know what it's called, honestly. The front part. We'll just call it the front part. The front part kind of comes up a little bit like that, then it's straight, and then it comes down like this. It has a very slight curvature coming down. No, but I don't want it facing that way. Never mind, let's face it the other way. Let's kind of tilt it to one direction. I think it should kind of tilt like with the bow facing this way and the deck facing that way. So that way, it kind of looks like it's, like it can be kind of protected, like a shield almost. So yeah, that's actually a good idea. That can be kind of a shield, more or less. So we're gonna build it up in the air and do the same thing we did with the back part. In fact, I think Ragnarsson, or do we have Ragnarsson or Arcanus in stream right now? I have a question for you guys. And something that would really be awesome. But I know it's probably not up to you guys anyways. But I want to ask you guys anyways. Yes, no cannons. Okay, so then we're going to come up like this. Ragnarsson, would it be possible to allow the other, or some of the other Dukonians to come join me and helping me build this? That would be awesome. Because there is a lot of stuff that needs to be done, and I'm hoping to get this done today. Now that we got the idea kind of set there, I think that following it from this point is going to be really, really easy. Well, not easy, but at least easier. But it would be awesome to get some more Dukonians over here. I'm not sure. Dukonians, Django, are you able to come on? Secleton, you as well? I'm not sure if Meso's still here. Thomas, you as well, for sure, man. But I'm not sure if you have the ability to do that, Rag. Do you? Okay, come up this way. So this is the bow part. First section there. Can we just move it to the conceptualizing world? Well, we're kind of building on the land, Secleton. I don't want to TP to the survival. It is dragged to later days. I don't want to TP to the survival world. Well, we can bring this over, like, once we're done with the whole thing. Okay, that is just... Nope. Too big. Okay, is that alright? I don't have the ability yet, but I yelled at Diggs, so we will see if he responds. That would be awesome, man. That would relieve a boatload of stress off my shoulders, having to do this on my own. Okay, well, actually in the picture, the keel, I'm just going to call that the keel, and the top of the bow here are actually kind of straight in line with each other. And then I'm just going to make the outline first. So we're gonna do that, and then this comes down like that, and then that is like so, all the way along. So then that right here would be kind of like the fort portion. In fact, we can kind of do this instead, actually. Something like that, and then kind of stand that up 2 more blocks like that. There we go. Excuse the pun, but little stress. I'm around if I can be useful to you. Yeah, you too, man. I mean, if we can get the full strength of the Dukonians working on this, like this can be done real quick. It's going to be kind of hard to keep it organized, but I think if we are actually able, all of us, to get together and do this, this would be awesome. Bow of the ship. We need to follow kind of a... Let's actually follow that design over there. What did we do for this? Okay, so just remember, guys, well, honestly, it's mostly buried. This is going to be a problem. I think it was... Okay, let's just try to remember what we did for the other part of the bow here. Do you enjoy writing stories or just brief, purely world building? I don't really enjoy the whole story part. That doesn't seem right. That's definitely not right, but whatever. Whatever. Alright, I gotta figure out what this is all over here. Like, what we need is to perfect this hull shape. We need to perfect this design here. There's a lot of perfecting we need to do. There's a lot of stuff we need to do. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing the hull. Let's follow this really quick and see what it was. Ragnarsson! Ragnarsson! Okay, there we go. And then it comes down. Okay, so this is actually the keel right there. Okay, so, keel, 1 up. 1 up, half slab. Okay, 1 up, half slab. Okay, no, okay, we're gonna do half slab. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Half slab, 4. Half slab, 2, 3. Okay, half slab, 4, half slab, 3. Let's try that. Alright, so it's going to be half slab, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half slab, 3. 1, 2, 3. And it doesn't work, does it? We're going to have to adjust the deck of that. I don't really get it. Can you join to help them in that world? Right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half slab, 1, 2, 3. Half slab. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's it. Okay. Half 3, half 3. Okay. Yes, I got that now. So let's get that back down. There we go. Half 3, half 3. So let's do it the other way now. 1, 2, 3. Half. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. So there we go. We got half, 1, 2, 3, half, 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to half again. And then 2, 2. Alright, so now we're going to do half. 1, 2, 1, 2. And half. 1, 2. 1, 2. Huh? Oh, wait. Oh, it's the other way. Ah, I see. Okay, it's like that. And that goes like that. And that goes like that. Okay, I feel like... Oh my gosh, I keep ruining this. Okay. It is like that. Right? Yes. And then it's like that. And that. What am I doing wrong? Oh, is it the other way? Huh? Oh. That's it right there. Gotcha. Got it, guys. I got it. I got it. I got it. Finally. All right. So now we're going to go one more high. I think we're going to do that and that. And then we're going to fill the middle with the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We are way too wide. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8. That's 2 more than the stern. So we need to figure out a way. Oh, I see. Or do I? Wait, no, I don't. Huh? Okay, let's go back over here and see again one more time. Because we don't want to make this too much bigger. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to go in one more. That makes sense. Why am I doing this so much? I don't know. I'm not. Okay, so let's do that there. And that there. Okay, now we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But man, just imagine if we get all of the Dukonians here building this, like this is going to super expedite this, and we can get some really good details in and make this actually full-on awesome. But yeah, this is actually something, like, I'm not going to explore this, but this right here, this already impresses me. Like, I have never seen a map with the sand dunes that you would see on the edge of an ocean. Like, this is just awesome. I just love this. Like, you see the ocean down there, and then you see the sand dunes right here. Like, this really, like, I'm already impressed. The map... This is just going to be a great place to build. No, not anybody can just join here. I'm trying to get it so the Dukonians can come join. But I'm not getting too far with that, unfortunately. I'm not sure what's going on. I think there might be an issue with getting more Dukonians to come help get this started up or worked on. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. Please don't crucify me. All right, see that, if we did that, it's not going to taper quick enough. So let's just keep that back there. All right. I do like this. We need to continue the deck. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, it's not something wrong. Wonder if direct TP command works. It's a private world. It's a private world. Respond if you didn't catch him. Oh, I did see that. Yeah. You've seen better ones. Oh, I've seen better. Yeah, I've seen better map squad. But as far as what we're going to be working here for KoD, I mean, I'm impressed. I think it's going to be a great fit for Kingdoms of Darwinia. Matthiaser 21TW, great to see you. Welcome to the Red Clan. Welcome. What did I say? Did I say I've never seen a better map before? If I did say that, I take that back. Because I have seen, of course, much better maps. But this is a really great map, so I'm really impressed. Really happy with it. All right, so I'm going to actually tear that down a little bit right there. Like so. We do need to make this deck up here. In fact, let me go ahead and make that purple instead. So let me grab some magenta, I think. Go ahead and build that up a little bit like so. And then we're going to go ahead and taper you back down like that. And I'm going to bring this down a little bit like so. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then that'll come down like this. But yeah, the way that we're going to use this, like I can imagine already, this will be kind of like our base on the inside, inside the bow. And then we'll have used like planks and stuff from our wreckage out here. And we'll have like makeshift little walls around like certain strategic points and things. It's dragged up here, Tiger Bread. We have a giant, and we would have also dragged it up here. So maybe it had broken off back over here, and I'm gonna make drag marks to make it look like it was kind of dragged this way, and then kind of tilted around to where it is now. That's how it got to where it is. So I'm gonna have to figure out the whole dragging part and figure out how that will look. But yeah, that is the plan. All right, so now we got to kind of taper this down. I keep saying tapering, but well, that's exactly what we need to do. We got to taper this like so. Yes, well, we got a giant. We're going to be using more player models. I need to actually get it installed on my computer here, but it's a really great mod. It's going to really add so much more flavor to our group here, for sure. I'll have to come up with my character as well. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and make this deck here. How does one become a Dukonian? Right now it's closed. We did, well, it's closed right now. Like, we don't want to just let anybody into our faction. But I will say this, that if the might of the Red Clan needs to be brought to bear, then, well, that's just gonna have to be it, and we'll be opening up. But for now, we are going to be remaining somewhat closed. There may be an exception here and there, but it's not going to be quote-unquote open yet. Okay, I feel like I did... No, I didn't do... Okay, never mind. Never mind. Thought I did something wrong here, but it'll be just fine. Okay. And then that's going to come out like that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then that's going to be like that. And then we'll go ahead and fortify up here like so. Like that. Now, is that bow too tall? I think it is. I think what I need to do is lower this by 1. What do you guys think? Should I lower the whole bow by 1 block? So, like, lower that one down, lower that one down, or should I keep it as is? One thing I think will probably help this is kind of like making it like this, maybe? Something like that, possibly. And it kind of like rounds. Like, I'll make it look like it's round almost, all the way up between the two sides. Dromones are long ships, by the way, so it's not like it's really fat. It's gonna be it's gonna look pretty cool if it was together. Lower it. Okay, we'll lower it then. No clue how I'm gonna do that, so I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Woohoo! Great. Is there any easier way of doing this than by hand, guys? Does anybody know of an easier way? Does anybody know of an easier way? If you do, please tell me. I feel like I'm not doing that right. Oh, I am. Never mind. No, it's inspired by a Dramone there, Tiger Bread, but this is not a Dramone. Like, don't, like, I don't build historically accurate. I'm not ever going to claim that title. Claiming that title would just get me into a world of trouble. So no, this is not an historically accurate Dramone. It is just simply inspired by one. I don't have the time to build something historically accurate. There's just so much random research and things you got to put into it, and I just don't want to spend that time doing it. Yeah, and we're gonna lower this by 1 too. But I hope ye understand. Wait, what? Huh? Huh? What? do that. Ah, what? No, that doesn't make sense either. Okay, okay, I gotta look at it this way. All right. So 1, there we go, Now we're getting somewhere. Push that down. And then that comes up to there. Beautiful. Okay, we are finally getting somewhere. And then pop that in like so. Beautiful. I've known you long enough to be sarcastic when I'm criticizing historical accuracy. Does not ugly things. Where Germans are actually this big though. The other going to use a door in mid stairs to upper section, I assume. Pace needed. Okay, I think that this is actually turning out all right. I mean, the height now looks a little bit more interesting. Well, not interesting. Not the word I was looking for. A little bit more proportional. Proportional is the word I'm looking for. Definitely looks more proportional. The bow of the ship, not bad. There's space in there to fit things. The ship is pretty large. It's going to be very long. Like, if you put all these sections together, the ship would be very, very long. This is going to be a problem. Man. Where are my Dukonians? Where are my friends? Alright, we're going to have to really button down the hatches and figure out how we're going to do this. Okay, so I am going to pop this out a little bit like that. And I'm going to attempt to make this work. It's not going to work like this. Definitely not like that. Where is it? Right there? Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I guess. It needs to start coming down a little bit more, so maybe we can do this instead. Like that, maybe? Like, what we're trying to do is make the hull kind of like squeeze in as it's coming towards the front, because when you're displacing water, and if you have just this real bulky front, it's going to kind of like slow it down. But whereas if you have it sleek and streamlined, kind of like at a point, developing towards the front and then sort of like spreading back, that allows the ship to traverse the water so much easier. And right now we're not getting that smooth transition there. Having a hard time. The middle part of the ship is more organic, right? I feel like the end and the front part are more accurate. Follow the curve and pattern more. Well, yeah, I agree. We're gonna have to figure that out much more. See, again, I mean, let's look at this from another perspective. Like, this is gonna be down in the sand a good bit. Maybe not a huge amount, because it's going to be kind of, it's gonna have been drug across the sand, so it's gonna have to, well, ooh, this actually might be a good idea. I can start tapering it here, and we can follow a middle skeletal structure. This actually might be a good idea. All right, so where's the middle up here? I'm gonna say this right here is kind of the middle. So we're gonna come back one. This might be our answer as to making a smooth hull. I don't even know why I'm doing this side, because this side doesn't matter. So we'll do this side. So we kind of want to follow this. We need to make it elongated at the front. So maybe 4 back. And then start maybe 3. Or another 4 maybe. Oh no, 3. And then we're going to make it there. And there. Oh my gosh, what the heck is happening? This is horrendous. Alright, so let's try a little bit more of a curve. What? What am I doing wrong? It needs to come out. So let's just do this really quick. This is the only way that this is gonna happen. at least in a smoother kind of fashion, I think. Okay, I'm in the middle part, 2 angles in it. It's a 45-degree bent and horizontal. Don't go up. Don't go up. Hey there, Silent Scale. How you doing, man? Great to see you. Oh, that might have been the answer. That might have been the answer. Okay, so where's the middle here? Where did I decide? It's right there. So right about here is where we would need to do this. So about right there. And then kind of start tilting in a little bit here. Actually, we gotta bring that down 1. There we go. And now we can start coming down. So it actually needs to be elongated a little bit more. So we need to start back here, actually. So we're gonna do 3, 3, 3, maybe less. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, and 2. I'm gonna go grab some shit-eye, but have a good stream, and good luck with your shipbuilding escapade. Alright, Tiger Breath, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on the next one. And how you doing there, Silent Scale? Great to see you. This is a shipwreck right now for the Dukonians. They're, almost looks like a Star Destroyer from the front. We don't want a Star Destroyer. That is not our, or is it? No, that's not our goal here. So let's round it up a little bit more. Here we go. 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, just thought the same thing, Vasa. Counting with Count Dukon. Why not build it straight and rotate it? See, I've been told about that method. I haven't actually figured that out. Let me actually try that. Rotate. There is a way of rotating diagonally. All right, so let's do a square. And you guys tell me, how do we rotate this? All right, so this is our square. I'm gonna rotate it this direction. Okay, good. All right, so here we go. We got that and that. How do we rotate diagonally? I know how to rotate, like, vertically. So, like, rotate 45, paste minus A. What? Oh, I forgot to copy it. That's a Lumiere section. Okay. Copy. Rotate 45. Paste minus A. I know of that. But how do you rotate kind of like in a certain direction? Yes, they are. It is Silent Scale. That it is. That it is. But I don't know how to do the whole other rotating function. Because that actually would have been cool to actually build this ship full and then like cut it up into sections and then throw it down into the water in certain degree angles. Around which you want to rotate. Alright, well I've already done that. I got a square selection. And then I go up here and I do copy. And then do I rotate it like looking down? Rotate 45. Paste minus A. See, it rotates that way. Well, I don't want to read things, Genova. You know, you guys are my Google. You tell me the googly Google things and I'll do it. But okay, what is this over here? Okay, let's read something. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I know the whole degree thing. Okay, now simply type this game. Deform SWAT, blah, blah, blah. Deform, blah, blah, blah. Okay. PI 60. Huh? I don't want to read through all this. Deform, rotate. Okay, deform, rotate. All right, let's try that. Deform, rotate, 45, paste, minus A. That still doesn't work. If you're making a tutorial, isn't that better than us trying to explain it? No. I mean, maybe you guys have a better explanation. Like, I just want very simple commands to do things, but I don't really want to read through something. So, I mean, after the stream, maybe, but right now, this is during the stream. During the stream, I cannot. I cannot. I don't have the time. Make a square selection around what you want. Deform, rotate, Z. It's complicated. All right, well, let's try that. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm really hating this thing right now. My synergy has been killing me lately. Okay, so let's see if that works. And that doesn't work. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm getting some bad drop frames right now. Not good. Not good. Okay, anyways. I'm just gonna get back to building it this way, guys. I'll figure that out after the stream here tonight. And if there is, I know there's a better way. Clearly there's a better way. So we will be looking into that next time. But for now, you know, good old Dukon is a complicated guy. He does complicated things. What's new? Okay, makes things harder than they have to be. But at least this gives us a good little, I mean, this isn't bad. I mean, this gives us a really good idea, at least. Okay, oh, that needs to come in. Wait, does it? Yeah, it does need to come in. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so 2, 2, and then 2 right there. See, I mean, that doesn't look bad. I mean, we're getting there. We got to taper from that shape there down to this shape here. So maybe we can come up one more like that. There we go. Well, maybe one more. Do that. That makes it look a little bit more tapered. There has to be a better word than tapered. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? You need to select some air. Oh, we need to select some air. I don't think we can add all of them, okay? If Dig doesn't respond, I'll have him add some people so they don't. Knuckles doesn't chuckle. Thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Red Clan. Great to have you. Okay, so next we're going to do this right here. And we're going to start coming up like this. There we go. See what it looks like from the side. It's not tapering enough yet. But see, this right here can kind of come in a little bit more, like that, and then it can kind of come back out like that. See what I'm saying? Like, it would look better with half slabs. But what I'm trying to say is, here, let's just do this tilt really quick. And then that kind of shows us what we're working with here. And it's not looking too bad, as long as we do it right. Stapled Kimfair. Make 5.5. If Dig doesn't respond, I think you got the solution to the rotation problem. Make the size blocks thick and then rotate. Alright, and then we'll come up 2, and then up 1, and up again like so. Because it needs to really start getting thin here. And then we can kind of do this here, like so. Just like that. And beautiful. See, we're getting somewhere, guys. We're getting somewhere. We don't even really need to worry about using the diagonal thingamajiggy. I think we'll be okay just by doing this method here. I got a lot of people I know are disagreeing with that, but, well, it's not a perfect world. That's my excuse. Hey. Okay, so the one issue I'm having with this is that right there. 2. Okay, now we're at 3. So let's keep going 3. There we go. 4, 3, 3. Not bad. How do you do that? Kimfair. Shemfer? What? What are we talking about? I don't even know. Oh, wait, are we even listening to music? Have we been not listening to music this whole time? Goodness. Bad Dukon. Okay, so I'm going to stop that right here. I do want to keep that shape as far as we can go. So something like that. I knew we were missing something. Something just didn't seem right. I felt so vulnerable. I felt out of my element. Why was it? No music. How did you tilt the screen at me? Oh, I use, it's a camera mod. They're Secleton. It's called Bower Cam, and it allows you to tilt the camera. It also allows you to make cinematics and things. Really helpful. Quite a helpful thing to have, especially when you're a content creator, for sure. Right. Too bad. We still have the hull design working out. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and do this down here now. Right there. Okay. Beautiful. I don't know about beautiful, but acceptable. Okay, to there, and then it comes down to there. Wait. What is this? What is this sorcery? There we go. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong, my friends. What am I doing wrong? Okay, so we have 5. That's correct. And that stops there. So this is actually where it starts right there. Just like that. Okay. Beautiful. Dukon, please try this. If this doesn't work, be quiet. Make 10 by 10 box, 2 by 2. Paste this in chat to form rotate. Okay, yeah. Let me finish this first. Because the thing is if I'm gonna do that method, I'm gonna have to build this whole thing that I've been doing by scratch again, and we will most likely be losing time again. And I don't know if I want to lose time. Oh, I see what I did here. No, I don't. What? Oh, okay. Whatever. Just do that. And then we need to go down 1. Like that. Ah, there we go. But yeah, losing time is a bad idea for something like this. But then again, I mean, there is the argument that we're losing time just by doing this method. So, I mean, I understand. I see both sides of the argument. It's just I feel more in my element doing this because I'm familiar with it. However, well, definitely not familiar with it, but at least I feel like I'm getting somewhere with this, as I would not feel otherwise. All right, so then that goes there, and we need to come up 2 and 2. Beautiful. Okay, we got the skeletal structure of the ship. Okay, so now you guys are seeing the curvature of this ship. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Oh yeah, by the way, welcome back, Jojo. Great to see you. Audio seems fine. Yeah, honestly, I am getting really bad drop frames right now. I don't understand why. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should I continue streaming, or should we see if the internet works its way out? Because I am getting some lagging right now. What do you guys think? What am I working on? I'm working on a shipwreck right now there, the Bavano. I'm trying to develop diagonal 3 pieces of a ship. Right now we're doing the bow section. We got the middle section, quote unquote, done, and we got the stern done. But it all needs to kind of work together. Amazing. I don't know about that. But yeah, I am getting really bad drop frames right now. Honestly, oh, there we go. It's catching back up. Oh, it's dragging again. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not very hopeful about this. Stream seems fine audio-wise, so I don't think it's anything like that. There seems to be some kind of issue with the video put through. No, I mean, it's my network. I've had this issue before. It's my audio doesn't take much bit rate. It's the video quality that takes a lot of bit rate, and unfortunately, it suffers a lot. Okay, let's throw that in there. I mean, my internet, it works. I mean, it's not dead or anything. It's just my ISP has had a history of not providing the best service, as they say they do. Okay. Lower the video quality. Okay, then that's what we'll do. We'll lower it down to 1500. Right now I have it at 3500, guys. So be prepared. This is going to really drop quality. I might be okay at 2000. So let's try that. All right, I'm at 2000 now. The quality is going to significantly drop for you guys, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Beautiful. So very beautiful. Seems okay now. Okay. I mean, I dropped it down 1500 bit rate, so I am almost certain we're going to be seeing some pretty bad quality now. If you guys think that's okay, then we're okay. It's good? Okay, because I'm not getting dropped frames now. It seems like I'm getting a good 2000 bit rate currently. So if that's the case, I think we'll be fine for a little while longer. Who minimizes screen on quarter size window? Dukon, the mask shouldn't be standing, they should be broken. This one's kind of broken right there, but I do want the mask kind of up right now. It's more for looks at this point than anything. But I will break them more at some point, for sure. But for right now, it's a great way to keep it looking like a shipwreck. Okay, honestly, that's looking pretty nice. I like this curve. And see, this kind of makes sense that the bottom would kind of bulb out a little bit, and then it would kind of taper back in, kind of thing, like this. Like it would go bam in the front. Well, no, not on a Dramone. We'll figure it out. I'm just gonna keep throwing this together for now. I don't even know how I'm gonna do. I don't even know how I'm gonna do the other side. I'm just kind of throwing blocks together right now, so copying this over on the other side will be a pain in the butushi. don't even know what a butish is, but apparently it's something that can be painful, so we'll stick with that. Okay, so that does work. I am seeing this actually working out. This is Adrian Von Ziegler there, Shatter NL. I pretty much always have been playing him here recently on my streams. I do want to find more music producers that produce royalty-free music for YouTube. Technically, this stream is already copyrighted because of the song I used at the introduction. I've just been liking using stuff like that, but I don't know. Just been like using more powerful music for the beginning of streams recently. Okay. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. Alright. And then we can kind of make a jib here, kind of like this. This probably would have been broken off, but still I think having a jib on the front has a great look to it. So just something like that, maybe. And let's see what it looks like from the other side over here. You know, how cool would it be to make something like this diagonal on 2 axes? So like diagonal this way and also diagonal kind of facing. So like maybe it could be facing this way, like up the beach kind of thing. So maybe I could still make it one more diagonal with that whole selection thing, but I don't know. Last night I dreamed of Adrian Von Ziegler. Really? The one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the bottom. This part right here just isn't working for me. Maybe all we need to do is this right here. Let's try that maybe. Also, this right here doesn't really work for me. So maybe we can make all of that into half slabs like so. Let's try that. Not too bad. And then we can kind of sink this down into the sand now. Yeah, let's just sink this down into the sand, and then we can just kind of fill in the rest. So let's just do position 1, and then we're going to go down here to position 2. Position 2, and we're going to move 10 minus A. Okay, I'd say that's actually pretty good right there. It doesn't need to be any deeper. And then maybe like we can make it so that this part, we like pulled the planks off of the ship, and it's kind of like the way to get in the house, and we'll keep the skeleton of the ship kind of together. And then this will be kind of our place of sanctuary. And then we will have used the planks to kind of create a little makeshift wall around our settlement here. I think that would be a really, really cool thing to do there. And then we can kind of set up fortifications on the top of the ship here. So kind of like little makeshift fortifications to be able to shoot around. Maybe there could be like one of the masts, like maybe the front mast here can be kind of built into the ground, and then the crow's nest can be our way of looking over the sand berm or the sand hill. What if the flood comes in? Let's just hope the flood doesn't come in. Yeah, there's no protection against that, but I mean, this is Minecraft. It is what it is. If a flood comes in, then maybe everyone can just kind of come up to the top deck here and just have fun. How would Sunken Supplies treasure look? I don't know. Okay, let's make a square thing. Just so we can do this. So I can know how this works. Okay, so I'm going to go from there to there. And now let me see if I can traverse screens here. Goodness gracious. Okay, now I'm going to scroll up a million things. There we go. Make a 10 by 10 by 10 box. Okay, I'm just going to make this little box right here. I'm going to do copy, and then... Okay. Interesting. So let's try this, actually. Position 1, position 2, and then we'll put position 1 down here. Position 1, and we're going to go ahead and copy from up here. And then we're going to control V. Ah, look at that. So it does work in a certain degree. Okay, well that's helpful. That makes sense, okay. Okay, well we can do that later. We can do that later. So, what we have here today is 3 sections of a ship. And those 3 sections of a ship will give us a backbone for what we need to do. Fill our water 100. Let's fill that in with water and see what we got. So, this is what we got. We got 3 parts of a ship. We're gonna have all kinds of flotsam and things around. That's gonna really make this look a little bit better. We'll probably have little arrow slits poked in the hull along. But what we need is the other Dukonians to come and assist. I am calling on the Dukonians to come over here and get this thing sorted out. But like, this is gonna be great. Like, just look at this. Like, can you imagine swimming down here? Like, once we finally get this all textured and we actually make it look good. Oh man, that'd be awesome. If this is, I mean, this is gonna look legit. Oh, okay, this is epic. That's great, Genova. But no, seriously, man, I'm really excited for this. I think that this is going to, it definitely fits what we need for our starting point. And we'll have our camp in here and everything, so this is gonna be pretty legit. Put a little campfire in here. Find a campfire. Oh, come on, where's the campfire? There it is, right there. There we go. What? Ah, look at that. That is neat. Place sand dune in front of the ship to simulate the dragging part. Yeah. Well, that's the plan there, Django. But I want you guys with me now. I mean, well, not now. I want you guys. I want you guys. Please come. Please come. I need help. This is something that definitely would be a lot better if the full might of the Dukonians were together building this thing. Okay, what am I doing wrong there? Okay, so this is the diagonal. That's the diagonal right there. Trying to figure out how we fill in this section down here. You know what? Let's just do this. Whatever. Who cares? I don't care. Right, so that'll do for that. Put a little lantern in there because that's going to keep us nice and warm. We'll have like a middle deck in here. Well, maybe we have gutted the deck, and then maybe we've built the deck now in conjunction with how this ship is now placed. Like, so, oh, this is actually a good idea. So what we can do is make our living space up here, and then all of this down here can look like it still can be flooded. So like, this is where we live, up on this top section of the boat right here. So when the tide comes in, it would come washing in underneath us, and we would be up here having a grand old time around a fire or something. Any advice, chat? Isn't Conquest the Sun pretty low maintenance? Can anybody confirm or deny that? And then, oh, this would be a great place to actually get out on the deck right here. And then we can kind of like jump up here. But the thing is, this isn't a very defensive thing here, because our enemies can easily just traverse around the back and shoot at us from this angle. Like from here, this is a great angle, shooting down this way. But if you're up here and the enemy's down there, it's not so great. Try an old version of Conquest as Sun. Yeah, Conquest of the Sun is a pretty low-end shader. Well, not low-end, but it should work. It should work. It should work. At least that is the hope. There we go, right there. Okay. So, what do you guys think? Should I keep going, or should we end the stream there? Well, obviously, you guys are going to say keep going. But I am thinking I'm going to probably end the stream here. And until we have the Dukonians here helping me out, I hope that we'll be able to be back tomorrow. Let me think. What's going on tomorrow? Tomorrow. There might be a chance that I can do a smaller stream tomorrow. Maybe about the same length as this one. I mean, this was a 2.5 hour stream today, guys. I mean, it wasn't bad. But this definitely wasn't a very long stream. But we did get a little bit done, so at least that's that. And I'm happy that we were able to do this. But this does have a really great thing about it. Actually, let's do this. This is an idea that I have. I really want to do this mast thing over here. So like originally the mast would have come out of here. But maybe the giant helped us. So we'll make a hole in the hull right there. And maybe what we'll do is we'll take the mast and go straight up through that hole. Like this now. So maybe he just straightened it up a little bit. And so this will be our crow's nest up here. And we can make a little little spy thing up here. Let's grab something, I don't know, maybe jungle planks, this stuff here. And we can make a little crow's nest. Well, the thing about this, though, is we need to make it so that there can be a ladder up around it. So we can do something like that, maybe. And then we can get up here like that. We can secure it via rope. Yeah. And so that's the mast right there. And then maybe we can have like, well, let's actually do this. Let's put that here and put that right there. But extending it all the way down would be a nightmare. There we go. Well, the thing is if we make it diagonal, it's going to be even more difficult to actually utilize correctly. I actually feel like doing it this way, having the rope that way to get up to the top would be best. So you can kind of climb up this way, up to the top here. Maybe we can like kind of guard the ladder up, like maybe use trapdoors or something. Giant is now answering. See, Saltheart, I'm not sure if you're still here, but you are a critical point in our development process now. It's like, well, how would that ever happen? Giant. How would you explain this? We have a giant. It's all about the giant now. Okay, let's do an oak pillar. Oak beam. And maybe we can use these oak beams somehow. Okay, you could use replace tool for ropes. Let's go a little bit higher, but extending it all the way down would look. I mean, nightmare giant is nice. Everything. You should use replace tool for ropes. Okay. Well, at least that's something. And then on the inside here, this would probably be the level of where our where we actually stay here. And we could have maybe a camp or two down along here. Like we could have like a little makeshift kind of wall built around type deal. And then we would actually, well, maybe not this high. Let's go down a little bit lower. I would say probably about here. Yeah, about there would be good enough. Yes, Kingdoms of Darwinia, they're justified. We're working on our shipwreck. Yeah, let's just keep that there just to keep the concept alive. So we know what we're going to be working on. Okay, beautiful. Well, somewhat. Let's keep that hole there and maybe use a tarp to cover that up. Yes, they're justified. We're just working on our starting location right now. Because this is us coming from Dukonia. I feel like the masts are a little bit too short for a ship this size. But, who cares? And this was a different stream for sure. Something new, something exciting, I suppose. Different. Let's actually make another deck in here. Just so that we can say we have another deck just like that. Okay. Yeah, I think that this is going to definitely make things a little bit nicer. And we'll go ahead and extend that all the way along, and then we'll fill in with a lot of sand underneath. Yeah, this is going to be the second deck underneath here. And we'll go ahead and manipulate the hull a little bit more. And then maybe we can like dig through the sand a little bit. And then kind of like, you know, dig down into the hull a little bit in some places where the sand hasn't broken through. I think that would be cool. So that way we can have kind of like an underwater adventure type thing that you can explore through. And then you get back down here. Jiao Jiao, what did you ask? You could use replace tool for ropes. What do you mean replace tool for ropes? I don't need to use ropes yet. I'm just doing concepts right now. Detailing will be hopefully the stream where I'm able to build with the other guys. For right now, I'm just kind of throwing in miscellaneous details and things, getting this kind of sorted out in a way. There we go. But yeah, that would have been a deck right there. We do need to make the kind of like middle portion somewhere. I guess this could have been it right here. And this can be like the hole that goes in. Well, no, this. I feel like this whole section of the ship needs a revising or revisement. Maybe what needs to happen is the deck just needs to be longer or elongated, possibly. I am pretty happy with this. I mean, even though it looks really derp on this side actually, so never mind. I'm not happy with this. See, that's the keel right here. Well, we don't even see the keel anymore. The keel is under the sand. There we go. And then we need to do the same thing here. Just like that, I suppose. Okay. So it's kind of difficult to really visualize from the front or from this side here, this angle. It'll be alright. Yeah, I'll be ending the stream here soon there, Fluffy. I use an even older version of Conquest this time. Okay. But yeah, I'll be ending the stream soon. I think I'm going to go home Dukonia really quick. And show you guys the plans. See, the original plan, or the what we're going to be doing starting out is a wooden settlement like this, and we're going to be using this style right here. As you can see, using the gray plaster, some brick. It's kind of like a mix of Roman, Oriental, etc. Going to be a lot of fun. I mean, this is a really vibrant and colorful style that we're going to be going for, and especially with the planes that we're going to be working with, going to look great. But the finalized idea, once we actually finish this first settlement, we'll be doing something a lot more reaching, which is going to be a fortress state. And this is a concept for the wall right now. It's not detailed yet, but it's the concept. It's just the idea. You got the what is it called? The Bratison, not the Bartison. The Brattices up top, and kind of like an Oriental stone foundation. Like a Japanese castle foundation kind of style, and then more or less a Byzantine type city style is the plan, which is going to really be quite the project. But hopefully we'll have a strong enough foundation and overall faction that will be able to construct something like this. But yeah, super exciting. I'm really, really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a great time. What is this over here? It's a wheelchair? It's a wheelchair. Great. What is the wheelchair for? I feel like I need to sit in it. But yeah, guys. Had a great stream. This has been a great time. I really appreciate you all stopping by. Look at that. We have an invisible person. There he is. But yeah, this has been a great stream, guys. Had a lot of fun. And definitely looking forward to our next one. We may be streaming tomorrow. So hopefully by then, we're going to have the full force of the Dukonians over on the Darwinia map. Or the Darwinia map. And be able to finish up that ship. But for now, yeah. I think we're going to go ahead and end the stream there. Let me go check over on Twitch, see if we have anyone we can go host. Is there anybody? And there is nobody. The stream there. Let me go check over on Twitch, see if we have any. Yo, I don't want to listen to myself. Okay. Anyways, yeah. You guys have a great night. We will see you on the next stream. Till then, bye-bye.